Chelsea this season are nothing short of absolutely insane.
Way so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Chelsea 3, Maggie Little Seagulls 2, DOS. Chelsea take all 3 points, courtesy of a Levi Colwill first Chelsea goal, celebrating against his former side and then pretending not to, but loving it really. And an Enzo Fernandez brace. Goals all over the gaff. 2 goals, of course, from Brighton, Buonanotte, and Joao Pedro in stoppage time for squeaky bum time. We ended up playing 105 minutes. What a mental game. So many cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double digits for cards. Of course, Conor Gallagher being sent off. We're going to talk about that as well. So many weird refereeing decisions. The audacity of the officiating team to send the referee to the monitor for Levi Colwill getting hit in the face with a football, like so clearly. Absolutely not a handball. But then, funnily enough, they gave us a drop ball when it just should have been a Brighton corner. So, we'll take that. Ladies and gentlemen, emotions up and down. Started well. We're going to go through it. Had some wobbly moments, and then I was very, very frustrated with the team, of course. When Gallagher got sent off, I thought there was going to be a sub. We had a debate on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you want to get interactive with me at FootballYannick. And thank you for liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Hey, only if you want to, Football Therapy. But you are, of course, welcome. Ooh! Listen to this, if we beat Manchester United away on Wednesday at Old Trafford, we'll be 2 points behind them. Lol, how did that happen? They were 6 points off top a few minutes ago. What a weird season it is. Right, Chelsea played a 4-2-3-1, but it was kind of a 4-3-3. They played a 4-2-3-1. Now, they did have some players out. They did play midweek, Brighton that is, but of course they were coming off a win. So they topped their group, they're feeling good. And they did also make a quadruple change, bringing on the likes of Mitoma, who's maybe their best attacker, Joao Pedro, who scored his 11th goal of this campaign, Pascal Gross, who's arguably one of their most important players. So they all featured in this game. And Brighton, I know we beat them in the cup this season, but they are a good team. And there is that kind of animosity between us now, the fans that is, and which kind of almost gives Brighton the edge, oddly. And of course, we went down to 10 men, and that's not a team you want to go down to 10 men with. Sanchez started in goal. We started with 4 centre-backs. 4! We went full Pep Guardiola, but maybe not in such a sexy way. We had Levi Colwill at left back, Badia Shield partnering Thiago Silva as the centre backs, and Axel Disasi at right back. And they all played well. We're going to talk about that. They've all got high ratings on who scored, which is what I'm using for statistics. 3 of the back 4 got goal involvements. An assist for Badia Shield, a goal for Colwill, and what did Thiago Silva do? I don't know. Something happened to him. Anyway, midfield, Caicedo returns to the side of the starting lineup. He was gagging to get sent off himself. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Flanked by Ian Maatsen and Fernandez. Caicedo and Fernandez got a booking. Gallagher got 2 of the Ruddy Blighters. Our front 3 consisted of Nico Jackson starting up front, Raheem Sterling on the right-hand side, which allowed Mykhailo Mudryk to get a start on the left-hand side. Palmer apparently had a little bit of a niggling injury, but came on later to feature. In fact, we had substitute appearances from Maatsen, Palmer, Breuer. I think just the 3, it looks like there. So what went down, ladies and gentlemen? The game started. We got an early goal in the 17th minute, and it was a great goal. Enzo Fernandez scoring. But that goal is all about the Benoit Badiashile assist. It's sort of like an overhead lofted assist. He caught a little bit of heat, rightly, Badiashile, from the last game against Newcastle. But yeah, and then we score another goal. Nico Jackson getting an assist, which is great for him. So he's got like 6 goals and a couple of assists or something this season. For Levi Colwill, scoring his first goal for Chelsea, of course, against his former side, Brighton, who he spent a year loan last season. He celebrated, lost his sugar, naturally. Tried to mute his celebration, but yeah, he was absolutely gassed. And this is the 21st minute. We're 2-0 up. I'm looking at their side, and I'm like, yeah, they got a couple of players out. Like, this is going to be fun. I'm feeling good. And then Conor Gallagher gets his first booking in the 31st minute. And then Buono Notte. Isn't that good night in Italian? I don't know. He scores a Lallana assist. It's not really a Lallana assist. Essentially, Colwill lets him go onto his left foot, Buonanotte. I'm guessing he's a left footer from this finish, and he curls it into the corner. Look, people were blaming Sanchez at halftime. Turns out Sanchez, I think, had a really good game. Both of the goals he conceded, he could do nothing about. I think, if you think I'm wrong, comment down below and let me know your opinion down there. 45th minute, so we're still in the first half. Conor Gallagher, rewind, gets his second yellow card. And look, you can analyse both yellows if you want, but the second, for me, people are saying it wasn't a foul in my Instagram live. It is. And I don't care, man. Like, what you think of either yellow card. He got 2 yellow cards in 15 minutes, 14 minutes. When you're on a yellow card, when you're wearing the captain's armband, you just got to do better. Chelsea have had consecutive captains sent off in consecutive games, which is some feat. And I doubt that's never happened in Premier League history. So Chelsea out here breaking records again. But you know what? Nothing personifies so poetically Chelsea's lack of maturity. Both young captains on each respective day getting 2 yellows and being a little bit petulant with it as well, and, just naive. It just personifies our situation perfectly. Good players, Gallagher and James, of course, James, fantastic. Getting 2 yellows, you've got to do that. You've got to keep your head. We go in, half-time, it is 2-1 to Chelsea, but we're a man down, Brighton's tails are up, and I'm just kind of like, from this season, I'm just convinced we're going to lose this at this point. Moises Caicedo gets a yellow card in the 52nd minute, and I'll say it now, in the following 10 minutes, he does 2 more tackles that both could have been taken off the glasses, probably should have been yellow cards. He was a very lucky boy to stay on, Caicedo. I guess kudos to Pochettino for keeping on and being like, show me that I can trust you. Do you know what I mean? Like, show me you can keep your stuff together. And he did, to his credit, even if he should have technically been sent off. Alright, so it's the 57th minute. I'm at this point sweating because De Zerbi makes a quadruple change, bringing on that mega trio of Matoma, Gross and Joao Pedro, and he brings on Milner as well. You got a man advantage, the sensible head at the back. Loads of more cards coming, by the way. Enzo gets booked, Pascal Gross gets booked, Milner gets booked, and later on, in the end of the game, Sanchez for time wasting, and Joao Pedro gets in an argument with Thiago Silva at the very end, of all people, and gets himself booked as well. But we're kind of like, they're growing into the game. I'm really, really worrying at this point. We don't actually make a substitution in the second half. And this is something that we spoke about on my Instagram live at halftime, which I do every halftime. Again, at Football Yannick, if you want to follow me. We were discussing, right, who is he going to take off at halftime to put someone in midfield? And everyone was saying different things. But no one actually said no one. Just keep the same team and play with another forward and, just bring Mudryk a little bit further back, which we did. And you know what? Mudryk played well. He played really well. He won the penalty. He ran in behind. It was a VAR review. It was James Milner. Many people will say it's robbed, it's controversy. Any Brighton fan will tell you it's nonsense. I'm a Chelsea fan. I'll probably tell you it's a bit soft, which would probably tell you it's on the softer side. It was a VAR review, so it wasn't just given and not overturned. But yeah, I mean, even if it is a bit soft, it's clumsy 30 or how old is James Milner? He can't be far behind Thiago Silva, and he never had the grace of Thiago Silva, did he? Especially in the box. But yeah, he's sort of shoulder to shoulder with Mudryk. I don't think that's the problem, and because of his weight and just size, he sort of takes him down. I think it's the kind of like the action when he's falling and his legs get the back of Mudryk's legs. Anyway, at this point, Cole Palmer's waiting to come on. And more importantly, he's in my fantasy Premier League team. So I'm like, right, get Palmer on, let's convert this goal. But we don't do the substitution. I don't know if it's because we can't or, because he comes on a minute later, literally right after the penalty in that a stoppage. So I don't know why you don't bring him on. But Enzo Fernandez steps up. I guess already feeling confident because he's got a goal. But we know he's missed a penalty for Chelsea already. But he converts and I'm feeling good. We're a man down, but we're 2 goals to the good. And in the following minutes, we make subs. Cole Palmer does come on immediately. Martin comes on for Nico Jackson. And yes, you see Martin put his hand up. He does the 5. And we go to a back 5, baby. And I'm absolutely here for it. You're down, you're a side that's lacking in confidence. You're down to 10 men. The other side's keeping the ball really well. It protects your 2-goal lead. Maybe if you only got a 1-goal lead, you can't be too negative. But if you got a 2-goal lead, lock that shit up. Go full Brexit ball. I want vintage Mourinho. Pack up shop. And we did that, nearly. So I completely endorse that. People, I just want to say, Pochettino embraces chaos. And we can see that from the season. And that might excite people. And then Spurs fans might be like, well, it's the Tottenham way. We love high lines in 9 men. I don't. My team's won multiple Premier Leagues, often by being resolute and pragmatic. It's not in my DNA to just, go mental the whole time. So when you got a 2-0 lead and you've got a man down, play a back 5. I felt so excited and stimulated by that move. So I'm pleased we did that. But they, of course, and we did really well. Look, we played so well from the penalty, so from the 65th minute and until, their next goal. We play really, really well defending. It's not backs to the wall panicking. It's, they've got all the ball and they're playing in our half, but we're composed and playing well, which I'm really, really happy with. I like to see, if we go down to 10 men, being able to just pass the ball well. And I want to speak more about player performances in a moment. So, of course, we go into 10-minute stoppage time and that becomes friggin' millions. And Joao Pedro scores a flicked header and it's lovely and it goes right under the top right-hand corner postage stamp. So, but both that and the Buonanotte goal, I don't think Sanchez can do anything about. He makes a bunch of saves, he makes, some claims. And of course, they do a VAR review in the 100th minute or something of Levi Colwill getting hit in the face with the ball, which is nothing short of a complete farce, I think you'll agree. Right, player performances then. On the day, I think Sanchez was good. He wasn't amazing. Clearly, he gets a little bit rattled by the Brighton fans. He had him behind him. The Brighton fans were behind him in the second half, so he was doing some missed kicks. They were getting inside his head. But he made a bunch of saves. The 2 goals, I can't really criticise him. Fine, mate. I'm not saying Sanchez is my keeper for the end of time, but for right now, he is not the biggest problem, and that is demonstrated today. All the back 4 were good. I'm delighted for Colwill for getting that goal. Hopefully, there's something about scoring your first goal. Hopefully, it's off something out of their head, and they can play a bit more liberally around the box, and maybe they, score more goals. I think Badiashile was so much better than he was last time out. Of course, getting that wonderful assist. Thiago Silva became the oldest defender to ever play in the Premier League today, and he was, some of the interceptions he made in the box was excellent. Again, at Newcastle, he had a horrific game, but he's clearly got better. And Disasi, again, he's not a right back, and he played okay at right back. So the defence and the goalkeeper, I'm very, very happy with all things considered. All things considered. Now, we didn't play amazing in that first half, even when we were 2 goals up, because there's not continuity in our passages of play. Now, there's wonderful moments, like Fernandez, he got 2 goals, right? But there's a moment where he did this little flick and a turn outside their 18-yard box, pure quality. Caicedo, yes, he could have easily been sent off. I'll say that. Can't imagine his Brighton fans watching, but he could have easily been sent off. But he also made some great tackles. And later in the game, when his head could have gone, he got better. And he showed that great CDM work. Conor Gallagher, he played really well-ish. Well, he played well before he got those cards, but it doesn't matter because you got 2 cards and you got sent off. It's like Reece James before he got into an argument with Jason Tyndall against Newcastle, who was playing well. But it doesn't matter if you're gonna get sent off and show that lack of composure and maturity. You've just completely screwed your whole game. So we'll be out. We'll miss Conor Gallagher for Old Trafford, but should be okay. Whether we bring in Ugo Chukwu, whether we play a 4-2-3-1 and Nkunku comes in, of course, that's a talking point. We're all expecting Nkunku to be in the squad today. But, no dice. So let's talk about the attackers. Sterling, I actually think was okay. He does frustrate. He these moments when he doesn't pass, but he is really such an infuriating player, Sterling. Of course, he was nominated for Player of the Month in the Premier League for November. He has been consistently good. Now, if Chelsea were proper Chelsea, we would be like, calling Sterling into question. But because we've like sort of all over the gaff, he's kind of this consistent. Yeah, he does these frustrating things consistently, but he also, his head never drops. He never stops running. He has got quality. He has got a bit of an ego where he wants to be the man, which can serve him, but also can, go against him and us, which frustrates us. But I think it was good. I think Nico Jackson frustrated me. A lot of people on the halftime live wanted him off. I thought he was fine. Of course, he got an assist as well, which is important. It'll be good for his confidence. We got to see Breuer come on and run around a little bit. And Mudryk's definitely worth speaking about. I thought he would be sacrificed at half-time for a midfielder, purely because I didn't think Pochettino would want to take off a striker in Jackson, who Pochettino believes can hold the ball up, certainly more than anyone else is on the pitch, and you want that outlet to be able to kick a ball up to someone. I know we haven't seen any hold-up play from Jackson for a while. He showed it in pre-season and the start of the Premier League campaign, but he's been poor lately. But in theory, he can hold the ball up. When you're down to 10 men, you do not lose that. You do not want to lose that. And I thought, because of Sterling can play on either side, he can drop in and defend, and he's that senior player that you can depend on. I thought he was going to hook Mudryk, because Mudryk's still that young guy. He's raw, he's really talented, but he can be emotional, and I just thought, well, he's going to be the one to go. But no, he didn't make any changes. Mudryk wins that penalty. He runs the channel as well. He gets applause from the Chelsea fans, a standing ovation when he comes off, and ultimately a happy ending for Mykhailo Mudryk, and I'm very pleased for him. Palmer comes on. Exudes confidence. He gets that ball when we're being really pressured, and he tries to lob the keeper, Jason Steele. And to be honest, it was undercooked a little bit, but just put a little bit more welly on that. That's going in, and that would have been an absolutely sensational goal from the young Englishman. Really, really talented. Incredible play outside our own 18-yard box when we're being pressured, when we can't get out. He doesn't just hoof it. He turns, he dribbles, he runs towards his own goal, not just back, but inwards, because that's where the space is to play it out intelligently. And he does so really, really well, and I'm very, very pleased for him. We see what is another incredibly, probably unnecessarily dramatic game out and take the 3 points against a new nemesis in Brighton, which makes me feel a bit sad to have to say, but hopefully it won't last for long when we become much better again, right? 3 points against the muggy little Seagulls. United aren't playing well at the moment. You don't know what you're going to get from them, but you beat United with 2 points off Manchester United, who were the unbelievably formed team in the league in November, I believe. So, I know this game doesn't really offer anything too convincing. Chelsea have rarely been convincing. We thrive in the chaos, and that just isn't going to win you a Premier League. I'm sorry. It just won't. I said it before recently. It's kind of nearly worked for Klopp, but the year they won the Prem, they were their least chaotic. But it should, at least the chaos with the players, show a less petulance, show a bit more maturity. If our captains stop freaking getting themselves sent off, then, yeah, man, I think we can do well to climb up the Premier League table. Who knows, win a cup. It's all good, baby. Let me know what you think. Thank you for liking the video and subscribing. Do follow me on Instagram at FootballYannick. Comment with yourselves down in the comment section below. Do keep it locked as well. I want to see you guys back here. Thanks for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Peace.